Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Teen Charlotte. And today I'm gonna be doing a new what if, a cars based what if, since I know there's a lot of cars fans out there, and I'm trying to branch out with the what ifs. I'll do a second part to the Super Saiyan 2 Goku tomorrow if I can. But before we start, I would like to tell you all that if you're a Dragon Ball Legends player and you're thinking about summoning on the new banner, I don't think you should. It's one character, which is LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The rates are kind of bad. You have to be really lucky. For me, I'm I grinded up to 3k CC and I spent them on the banner. I was only able to pull off 3 rotations because you need at least 5.7k CC to be able to do a full rotation on the banner, then you do the ticket summons. Now, unfortunately, I got shafted for all 3 of the banners. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty shaft. Like it was, all heroes with a few extremes peppered in there, and then the only sparking I literally got was like a sparking I didn't even need. It was so irrelevant I can't even remember. But other than that, also do PvP now. Don't wait until the last day like I did, because all the whales, all those big pay to win players, they always bring out their best teams on the final day. So it's a real struggle to get to rank 50. And let me tell you, 1000 Z power for the Ultra Goku is totally worth it. But now, but that's all I gotta say. So let's get on with it. So today I'll be talking about what if Lightning McQueen went next gen, what in Cars 3. Now what I mean by that is that Lightning, his car built, right? It was more focused in 2006, back when stock cars were stock cars were the best of the best, where you didn't really have to, do many upgrades to become really fast, or it all mattered on skill and speed. But with the next gen racing in Cars 3, Lightning's build, right? He doesn't have the necessary upgrades to handle 200 to 214, max speed. He doesn't have the great build. So I'm gonna go in a way where I kind of change his mindset in Cars 3 to where he's a bit more open to other ideas, and he eventually gets, an upgrade. So now we will begin where Lightning, is with his best friends, his new friends, racing on the track with Bobby and Cal. Yes, Bobby and Cal. He is, racing, having a great time. He's winning a few races here and there. We see him, interacting with his friends at Radiator Springs, practicing on the old dirt track. We also see, Lightning visiting Doc's memorial from time to time, maybe even going on a journal, or in writing down, or even putting down things that he went through as a kind of like a time capsule journal. So when his time comes, like Doc's, people would remember who he was as a racer. He knows he's getting kind of old. He knows he isn't, as fast as the Lightning McQueen he used to be. So Lightning is racing, but then comes the one race. He's smiling and everything. Then all of a sudden, an unknown race car comes up and zooms past him, getting first place. Lightning then was surprised. He's wondering, what is this car? Like, where did it come from? And then he hears the name, Jackson Storm. Now, you might be wondering, how does he know? Well, it had come up in every crew chief, every racing chief has heard about these new next gen cars. Every sponsor has, I mean. They have heard about it, and these next gen cars are going down to local circuits, to exotic circuits across the world, and racing and beating all the older cars, the one that are like lightning. So many, so that's how, sponsors, right? They got the knowledge. So when you see later in the beginning of Cars 3, when cars were getting replaced, there's a reason for that. Now McQueen knows about next gen racers. He just put it to the back of his mind because he didn't remember names. When he heard Jackson Storm was one of the biggest, baddest next gen racers. He's a cocky jerk, some guy who would always come in, win every race that he went into. And he would always get a no top speed every single time, every single race. First 200, 202, 202, 203, 204, 206. Now this race, he's getting faster and faster, staying with the optimal racing line. So now Lightning goes to meet this Jackson Storm. He goes and says, "Hello, it's great to meet you." And Jackson looks at him. Jackson's thinking in his mind, "Oh, here's another old timer." Then he recognizes this guy. It's Lightning McQueen. He remembers watching Lightning McQueen growing up, seeing the races, and how he just wanted to beat him when he grew older, to show that, there's a new there's a new racer in town. So how cocky McQueen was. And he liked McQueen back when he was a bit brash, where he, you know, was cocky, arrogant because he knew he was a winner. Now he's just an old, soft old man, that can't even race. That can only race all their old cars. So Jackson converses with McQueen, telling him how he looked up to him and everything, but just because he looks up to him doesn't mean he's going to spare him, and how he's so happy that he finally beat him. McQueen's like, "Oh, did you mean meet you or beat you?" He's like, Jackson says, "You heard me," and he left. After that, we get a whole series of events where McQueen starts training, and Natalie is showing all the specs about Jackson Storm for everybody to see. Cars are being replaced day by day for each race until it's only Lightning McQueen is the last old car in the race. We are now in that race where McQueen crashed. Now, during this time, McQueen's outlook on next gen cars is he hates next gen cars, but he's thinking to himself that maybe I should get an upgrade too. Now, this is where the seed is planted for McQueen to get an upgrade, to become a next gen racer, to get a tune up, upgrades, because you can get a veteran racer, give them a good upgrade, give them a better kit, and they would be better than all the other next gen racers. You can clearly see it because at the end of Cars 3, spoilers, but how has nobody ever seen Cars 3 yet? At the end of Cars 3, when, McQueen used all his new tricks and he was passing those next gen racers in the last race by a landslide. He was beating them all. So it just shows you that, sometimes you just need some skill to beat all those who think that they are all that, when in reality they got nothing. So now we're here the race. Lightning is pushing ahead, going through all the racers until he reaches top 10. Then he goes into a pit lane. McQueen is even trying to be even more rushed, but he hears something and he remembers something. Doc Hudson remembers a time when he talked to Doc Hudson about pit crews. And Doc said that when you're in a race and you're stressed, you don't know what to do, always remember the trust in your pit crew to help you get the job done, because they are half of the race. You're racing, but without them, you won't be able to race further. You'll blow a few tires, run out of gasoline, and you'll be way too tired having no break. So McQueen let Guido do his job. And Guido, knowing how important this was to Lightning McQueen, went to his utmost fastest speed, and all of Lightning McQueen was filled with gas, and all his tires were replaced with good, hard tires. Good grip tires. So Lightning shot forward like a bullet, faster than a bullet. And Jackson Storm calmly had his tire set up and then revved past. Lightning was going as fast as he could. He was super tense the way he was moving. Jackson Storm calmly passed him and said, "So, glad to see that you're retiring after this one. You try so hard, McQueen, but it looks like no matter what you do, you will never win." Well, like they say, out with the old, in with the new. And like that, Jackson Storm passes him. McQueen is phased out. He's shocked. He can't do anything right now. He's fading fast. He's slowing down. All the other racers are passing him. He's missing his opportunity, a window. So Lightning McQueen, his body tenses up even more and he tries to speed as fast as he can, almost catching up to third. But then, he's going way too fast for his build. He's almost reaching 198 and his tires can't handle it. So he starts swerving around and then suddenly he crashes into the wall and gets up in the air. We see a slow-mo shot of Lightning rolling in the air and then fastly crashing down, hitting the side of hitting his side, hitting the asphalt, going across. His wing is torn off, tires blown apart, his suspension ruined, his body malformed, and Lightning keeps crashing until he stops. All the other next gen racers pass by him while he just sits there, empty, destroyed, just like Doc Hudson was. He still had a fire, but it seems that his body couldn't keep up with that fire in him. This is now the second seed of doubt in himself. Basically, Lightning now knows that he can go even further. He went 198, but his tires, the rest of his kit couldn't handle that kind of speed, that kind of acceleration, that kind of tenseness in his body. So he knew that he may need to change, like the others, to even stand a chance in the ring. So, we time skip. It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months, and Lightning, he's been in depression. He figured out that, he doesn't stand a chance as an old race car. He can't, all his old training that he's done doesn't work anymore against all these new training with all these, new kids around the block. Jackson Storm is winning race after race. And McQueen's just sitting there, thinking about how, should he quit? Should he just stop racing? He can't even do anything. He doesn't have what it takes anymore. So he's just listening to, watching Doc's old videos, seeing how Doc handled the rookies, and then unfortunately he crashed one day, just like McQueen, except McQueen's was worse. Then the door opens, and in comes Sally, his girlfriend. Or his wife, they never specified if there was anything further than a girlfriend or wife, I'll say wife for now. Now, she comes in, and she asks, "Lightning, are you okay?" For the 30th time of the month. She's been coming in every day. For the first month, she thought, he would get back in the groove. The second month, she knew that he must be feeling pretty bad. So she always tried to ask. For some reason, today was the day that Lightning would talk back. He said, "Hey, Sally." And Sally, surprised, says, "So I see that you've been watching Doc's old footage." "Yeah," Lightning says, "I have. I've been wondering, should I change? Tell me the truth, Sally. Should I upgrade myself? Should I become what the next gen racers have, like all these other kids? So I can at least stand a chance, because I love racing, Sally. I love it. It's my passion. I want to be able to race just like I used to. Be the fastest. to go past everybody, feel the adrenaline rush, that excitement, not this depression, this overbearing sense of loss that I'm feeling right now. These guys have been passing me left and right since I started with all these other racers. My old friends have been replaced. Dynaco has been silent. Rusty's has been selling bumper ointment and other products, but they've been silent as well. I have you guys, but Doc is gone. Everybody else has moved on with their lives, and here I am, just a old race car, still trying to find purpose in his life to see where I can go. Tell me, Sally, what do you think I should do? And Sally, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what Lightning can do. It's up to Lightning to answer that. So she tells him, truthfully, Lightning, I think that I can't tell you an answer. I don't have an answer for you. That's something that you're going to have to find out for yourself. But here's some good news. And Lightning's like, what's the good news? You know, he's a bit brought out of his stupor. Sally says, I got a call from Rusty's. They wanted to talk to you today. I was wondering if you would like to or not. Lightning says, I'll be out there. So he goes out and he talks with his sponsors, and they say that they sold Rusty's, to give him a chance and everything, and Lightning was overjoyed. He now had the equipment that all the other racers had, and now he had a fighting chance against them. So that's what Lightning did. He got a new paint job courtesy of Ramon. Think of his Cars 2 paint job. Yeah, think of that. Yeah, that's basically what it is. His Cars 2 paint job. And he just, he drives there in Mac's truck. Paparazzi are surrounding the center where it is. But Mac goes through the back entrance because he knows Lightning's not in the mood for any paparazzi at the moment. So he goes in. And at the back entrance is his sponsors. They tell him how he's so proud. The sponsors tell him how proud they are of him, how far he's come along, and they're doing this so he can be the racer he wants to be. They leave, and then Lightning continues on in the place. He looks around, he sees all these other racers around him. He sees, people training. He sees this yellow car going at least 198, finishing the race at that speed. He thinks, maybe that's a racer. Maybe they can teach me how to become better racer. Don't forget, Lightning in Cars 1, he learned how to accept others' help. And in Cars 3, he was a big jerk. So, it didn't make much sense to me. Lightning went from a nice guy to a really mean guy to a nice guy and a mean guy. It was like mixed signals, man. Because apparently he needed another whole character arc, to become a better person, when in reality he was a good person at the end of Cars. So he meets Mr. Sterling, He has a whole talk with Mr. Sterling, and he asks him if he can give him an upgrade. Mr. Sterling is surprised, though, because Sterling didn't think that McQueen would want to race. He thought he would want to race with his old kit, maybe get a few training in, but he didn't think that McQueen would want an upgrade. So, Sterling mulled over this. He said, why do you want an upgrade? And McQueen told him, I would like to have a chance against these new racers. They've been passing by me. They have been beating me. And they have all been winning every single race that they're in. Across the world. I want to still race. I still do. I just want to have a better chance and have the same tools that they do. So that I can race how I used to. And Sterling thinks about this. This is a great story. It really is. Lightning McQueen, old veteran race car, takes the upgrades of the young kids on the block. He uses their tools. He becomes even better and faster than them a great underdog sense of story. Then he could think about this. So much more people would come in asking for more merchandise and everything. Advertisements using his new build. More people would come to the company. Because Lightning is using their tools, using the best tools, so more racers will come in, more money. So Sterling thinks, all right, Lightning, we'll get you an upgrade, a really good one. Now why don't you turn in for the night and we'll think about what you get. So Lightning, ecstatic that he was getting a new upgrade, quickly, and now it's nighttime. He went during nighttime, so like he got a new upgrade and everything. So he basically slept in the trailer of Mac, right? And Sterling thought, So Sterling had his engineers go over blueprints on what Lightning would look like after the upgrade. And here, let me show you the image of what he looks like. Here it is. This will be what Lightning looks like after the upgrade. He will be a 2015 Fair Use FAIRUZ Motorsport F715 GT95. He'll have a twin turbo V10F. He'll speed up to 950 horsepower. His chassis will be a lightweight full carbon fiber frame. His body will be a 250-pound Hypersport lightweight fiber. And his performance will be 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Top speed of 220 miles per hour max. Yeah, Lightning is getting one hell of an upgrade. But that's all for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Teen Shallot, out of here.